Now, international community has condemned the Muslim ticket in Nigeria. A video which was posted on the official S account of Piers Morgan has captured the moment former Canada MP Goldie Gamari was speaking about the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This came after the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, said that Christians are not being killed in Nigeria. In the video that surfaced online, Gamari claimed that the reason why Christians have no representation in Nigeria is because both the president and the vice president are Muslims. She said Christians are being targeted in Nigeria and also described Yusuf Tuga as a liar. According to Goldie, in the viral video, in Nigeria, if the president is Muslim, the vice president will be Christian, and if the president is Christian, the vice president will be Muslim. This is done to have proper representation of Nigeria population. Right now in Nigeria, you have a Muslim president who chose a Muslim vice president, and now there is actually no Christian representation. Well, that is how this former Canadian MP, that is how he sees it, but that is how it ought to be. We know that even when Buhari was there and Oshibajo was the vice president, and he is a Christian. He was a Christian and he's still a Christian. We couldn't even feel his impact, and that is why a lot of people did not really, a lot of people were not really happy with him as at that time. And the way these people really work, they will tell you something, because I've been hearing some people saying, hey, what is the job of the vice president? The vice president is just like a spare tire that they don't even use in the first place. We don't even know the correlation, because most of the time the person who is the main candidate, we choose somebody that he wants to use as a running mate. At the end of the day, the vice president is just at the mercy of the president or the person that is choosing him to be vice president, if they will win or not. So definitely the person will not even have say in the real sense. So not to talk of you want to say, oh, this and this and that. People from the external body are the ones that we come out and say this is what it ought to be, or this is how it ought to be. That is why you see some people trying to justify the fact that what is the meaning of that? After all, the vice president does not have what it takes to say anything. But that is not how it ought to be, because that is the way Nigeria is structured. In a sane environment, they are supposed to have an equal representation. Vice president is almost powerless in Nigeria. President controls everything, of course, just like I said. However, Tinubu didn't even become president before he chose his vice. Both of them were presidential and vice presidential candidates. Political party is primarily established to win elections, not to entertain useless sentiments. Somebody is asking this lady, is there no Muslim citizens in Canada? What position did you place them? Have you ever heard the Muslims are complaining? Have you ever heard that anybody is being marginalized? You are talking about a word, all those Western world and all those people that really they value democracy and they practice democracy the way they ought to be. Have you ever heard such things? Do you think they come out to be lying the way Nigeria government lies? So who told you that in Canada they don't have Muslims? They have, and the population might not be more compared to the Christians, but that does not mean that they are being marginalized, just like what we have in Nigeria here. You see, God a good choice. Okay, please don't forget Yusuf Tuga is protecting his job, or everyone knows that Christians are being targeted and by in at will. Yusuf Tuga is a liar. I now represent him by saying there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria, and we testify it. Let the what happen. Okay, on serious fellow, they will call it political strategy. Why the gullible we base on that and say that Nigeria is an Islamic country, but they forget to realize that all the lofty achievements of Nigeria locally and internationally are from the Christians before and after independence, and the VP is the head of the bandits Gumi. Finally the country don't scatter to level of no return, but finally God did. Yusuf Tuga and many of them, including some Christians that are in the government affairs, tell lies, that there is or was no genocide against Christians in Nigeria. All these defense are just to protect the rules of government and Islamic nonsense that is ongoing. So guys, let's know what you think and have your take in the comment section. Bye.